What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is First Seed Sports. We are slightly abridged today. It's just Kyle and myself. But hey, that doesn't make the content any less valuable, I guess. Right, Kyle?
Not at all. Not at all.
Well, we are going to run through our championship weekend predictions here. We obviously have the AFC and the NFC. We got some great matchups, really. I think we have another a rematch of the Bengals and the Chiefs, and we have again a rematch of the 49ers and the Rams. So we're going to kind of walk through each game and give some thoughts about each of them. So let's get started, Kyle.
Let's do this.
So go ahead. I'll give you the lead on this one. What are you thinking about the AFC Championship here?
All I know is that it's going to be very hard to beat that Chiefs-Bills game last week.
Absolutely.
Let's just reminisce for a second. But that being said, I don't think Kansas City went so far as to win that game and put so much heart into winning that game to lose this next game in their home stadium. So like, as much as I could see the Bengals pulling it off, they've been playing some really damn good football. Other than the offensive line, I think Mahomes and this offense and this whole Chiefs team pulls it out and finds themselves in the third straight Super Bowl.
As much as I am high on the Bengals right now and what they got going, I really do think they have some magic going. I think the deciding factor for me is mostly the Chiefs' defensive line. Seeing what Melvin Ingram and Chris Jones and Frank Clark did last week to Josh Allen. Even though he was still able to kind of have his way, just that pressure that they had on him all game. You figure with the Bengals' weaker offensive line than the Bills, it's just going to lead to like sack after sack after sack. I think the Titans also have an above average defensive line, so I don't know. Maybe it'll translate, and maybe the Bengals make some fixes this week and they're okay. I think the good news for the Bengals is that they are seeing a familiar opponent, and an opponent that they beat already, so that has to give them some confidence going into the game. And I think if the Chiefs have any game plan, it's going to be to do whatever in God's name they can do to stop Jamar Chase. Since his last performance against them was that infamous Week 17 explosion.
266 yards.
Yeah, that was amazing for my fantasy season. I love it. But no, I think we're in for a shootout. I really do. And I think it almost plays to the Bengals more if they do get into a shootout, because I think I think they have a deeper receiving core than the Chiefs do, and deeper options. Well, we'll put that up for debate. Who do you think has the deeper receiving options?
Oh, easily Bengals. I think I would choose all three. Obviously Jamar, but T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd above anybody else behind Tyreek. You have Kelsey, but you add in Joe Mixon and CJ Uzama, and it's, I don't know. I feel like there are so many more weapons for Burrow to throw to, but I feel like as well to have Tyreek and Kelsey just be able to catch and be open at any given moment is super helpful. But I'm going Bengals. They're my receiving for all the weapons they have. That's my choice. But
I think I have to be with you. I think that the ceiling is higher on both of the Chiefs receiving options, obviously with Kelsey and Hill. But I think at the same time, the depth that the Bengals have kind of gives them the bump, in my opinion.
That's where I was leaning. Yeah.
Yeah. And Uzama is like, I don't know. I think he's a replacement level tight end. But that's really all he needs to be in that offense. He needs to be that guy that can catch a pass open across the middle, just kind of pick up 7, pick up 8 yards, and move the sticks. And I think that the running back situation is kind of a wash, especially when you talk about like a receiving back, because that's what Clyde is known for, his prowess catching the ball in the backfield. So
Mhm.
I think receiving wise, I actually I'm gonna take the cop out. I'm gonna say it's a toss up. Because obviously we saw what the Chiefs could do last week, and that was just unbelievable.
Oh, I
So
think the main thing here is that the Bengals won in a game-winning field goal against the Titans, where they were able to get 3 interceptions off Tannehill. And I don't think you're going to get that from Mahomes.
well, if they can, I think if they can get him to be careless with the ball, that is going to be their key to victory. I think that I don't know if they can win the game by
When
just
have you
out.
seen Mahomes be careless with the ball, though?
Yeah, I don't know, but I mean, his interception total is up this year.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess that's the only thing I'm really going off of. um, but I mean, let's see. The first time they played, they didn't turn him over at all. He just had 2 touchdowns, but they kind of limited his passing. He only had 259 yards. Um, but I think that that's going to be the key to their success is if they can maybe get him to, force a turnover, and capitalize off of it. I think that could be the difference in this game.
Oh, either way, I'm excited.
I know, me too. Let's talk about the spread and the over under real quick. What do
Yeah,
you
yeah,
what do
yeah.
you like here?
Easy over.
Okay.
Um, I mean, what they put up 65 last time they played,
Yeah.
and I don't see them shying away from scoring in this week.
No, I don't either.
But I think I would go Bengals +7.
Yeah, I think I would too. I think that's pretty easy money actually. Like, I think that the spread probably should be closer to I'm gonna say like 4.5 maybe, somewhere in there.
I would say like 6.5 because then I would consider it. I'm
Just that
thinking
under a touchdown.
just a touchdown win. I
Okay.
mean, I think the bet voids if that's the case, but 6.5 is where I'm like, oh, I think this is where it should be at.
The only reason I say 4.5 is because I could see a world where maybe the Bengals put up an early field goal and they end up losing 31-27 or something like that, and that would be right at that 4.5 mark, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. That's why my mind gravitates there, and as far as over under, I'll take whatever your advice is. I'm staying away from over unders because I am horrible at them. Regardless of whatever I pick, it always goes the other way, like, without fail. So, alright, let's move on to our next game here, unless you have anything else you wanna wrap up with this one.
No, either way, I think I'm excited to see either one of these teams in the Super. I'll just all 4 teams in the playoffs currently. I'm excited to see in the playoffs just a little bit more than the other or
Yeah.
in the Super Bowl. But either way, I'm going to be happy with whatever that matchup is.
I think correct me if I'm wrong,
Oh,
I might just be speaking out of my butt here a little bit, but I think that last week's game and this week's game might almost be better than whatever game we're going to get in the Super Bowl.
you give me both of Sunday's games this past week of Rams, Bucks, and
Yeah,
Chiefs, Bills, and I would take those two in conjunction for
they were
instead of the
incredible,
Super Bowl
and I mean,
happily.
you can't discount the Green Bay and San Fran game winning on a game-winning field goal.
That one was gross because of I 13-13. That's a defensive battle, and the one touchdown for San Fran was a 10-yard punt return,
Yeah, but I feel like you had
block
to
punt.
expect as much in the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field, like, it was snowing there, they
That's
had the whole thing
awful, though.
rocking. And the other game, even the Bengals and the
Oh
Titans, I
yeah.
mean,
Oh, it was all incredible. Great
that wasn't a
final.
pretty game either,
Oh,
but to see Evan McPherson come out there and bang that field goal at the end, that was
good
awesome.
for him. Good for him.
That guy's, like, 22 years old, and he's got the biggest balls in the league.
Oh, I'm so impressed and a little bit jealous.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. Alright, let's roll on to the next one.
Yeah, yeah,
Alright, so, obviously, we have a third matchup between these 2 teams here,
yeah.
being NFC West opponents. The NFC West will be represented in the Super Bowl, obviously.
Good for
But,
them.
during the regular season, the Rams, I believe, lost both games to the 49ers. And there's kind of an underlying storyline here because the second time they lost to the Niners, San Francisco basically took over SoFi Stadium. and they turned it into a home game. And there's actually I don't know if people have heard about this or not, but there's actually right now the Rams are limiting ticket sales to only people in Southern California. They're not selling them to people from Northern California because obviously that's where San Francisco is located. So that's kind of an interesting underlying storyline going on there, I think. But I'll open it up to you. What do you want to start with here? Who do you think is going to win? I guess, or what's a storyline that you're interested in?
I thought it was a lot closer. I was going to ask how far you thought LA and San Francisco was from each other.
Oh, I couldn't even begin to guess. A couple hundred miles.
Um, I just had it. Why did I close it? 383. It's a 6-hour drive.
Okay.
So if we
So,
were
so I
going out to
mean,
Pittsburgh
I
for
was
a
gonna say
drive,
that's about from the Jersey the PA Jersey state line to Pittsburgh. It's basically across Pennsylvania. A drive
um,
we've done many times.
however, about this game, back to underlying storylines. Obviously, I'm wearing a Rams shirt, so that goes towards my favorite for this game. Um, Mostly in part to Matthew Stafford. I no doubt that he was winning that game on Sunday. Um,
Yeah,
However, San Francisco just knows how to beat LA. They know how to beat Sean McVay. I think he's 3-8 against them. I don't know, something
that sounds
along
right.
those
I mean, I'm
lines.
not sure off the top of my head. That sounds right.
Um, Either way, I mean, to face them twice a year and they're the one team that can beat you more than once, kind of crazy. Especially when you go 12-5 and you only lose to 5 teams, and 2 of those are to one single team. It's impressive.
Yeah,
Um, but that scares me. But at the same time, I think it's the playoffs, so I feel like that just cancels everything. Playoffs are a completely different world. Um, but still, this is going to be a close one. This one I feel like is going to be the defensive matchup.
that's
Um,
that's fair. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Um, I- the Niners just have a way of really like slowing down the game and
oh, they
and
have
turning it
control.
and turning it into a slugfest. They've really kind of, they talked about it. Maybe going into Dallas, or maybe it was the week before or something like that. They talked about how they were going to go in and play bully ball, and just dominate, and they haven't stopped doing that. Like that is their new identity. You don't see George Kittle going for 150 yards in a game anymore. You don't see Ayuk with 10 catches a game or 7 catches a game. Like you see Debo running the ball, you see Elijah Mitchell running the ball, you see even Juszczyk running the ball. Like that is their new identity. They are just ground and pound. I mean, last week it was all over Twitter about how illegal it should be to put Trent Williams at basically like slot back and have him
Yeah.
pull. Oh my god, like that was terrifying. I felt so bad for Rashawn Gary who just got leveled by him on a pull. Um, but I think that their ability to slow the game down is going to definitely benefit them, because I think that the Rams need to play a more high speed game in order to stay in their flow. What do you think?
Yeah, the Rams play a different type of game.
Hmm.
I mean, they toss it to Cooper Cup. They throw a few deep ones to Odell or Van Jefferson,
Yep.
or even Cooper Cup himself, and they just love to score, win, keep the game on their side. Where
Hmm.
San Francisco is just like, we'll take 3 yards. Um, they just and then Debo will run his like 50-yard touchdown and kind of put them up. But man, they they play such different games. But I'm excited to watch it. Um, I'm still I think LA comes out here, plays a different type of game, especially with their new workhorse in Cam Akers.
Yeah. Right. How about getting him back?
Oh, and I think that's really going to be the difference maker in this one. Is just to have, I mean, they had Sony in the past few games that they played against
Yeah.
San Francisco, but to have Cam Akers, the guy that they wanted all season, and they've been using him like they've needed him. and it's
Absolutely.
working.
And I mean, to take a twist on like fantasy here, that actually kind of gets me excited for next year, just in the fact that um like Cam Akers is still that running back that we thought he was all along. He still has the receiving prowess. He can still get outside the tackles and fly. He's just a dude, and that's what I think people were so excited to see this year, and it was so
Hmm.
discouraging to see him go down. And
Yeah.
for him, one, not only to be so determined and so motivated to get back on the field for this playoff run, it's incredible. And two, just the Rams needed him, like you said, like he is that missing piece. I don't think it's a coincidence that when he came back, they started clicking. Like
Oh yeah.
they look like a different team. They really do. Who was their first matchup against? Um,
Arizona.
Arizona. Oh yeah, that was
Oh,
that wasn't even
they
a
just
game.
dominated.
And then even last week, I'm not going to say that they dominated the Buccaneers. They were up for the majority of the game, though. Things started to fall apart late in that game, but I mean, they really had a hold on the game for most of the first three quarters. It only kind of fell apart in the fourth for them there. So I look for the playmakers to make plays.
Yeah.
If Aaron Donald can have a big influence in the game and can fill up the holes on the line, I don't see why they can't stop the 49ers and reverse the tide. But at the same time, they haven't done it the first two times they played. So who's to say?
Yeah,
Really,
you can't go into this matchup and say LA is the team to stop the 49ers from running,
absolutely,
when
yeah,
they haven't been able to the two times they played.
right.
It's
So
it's a completely different game.
y- yeah.
Man, this is gonna be good.
Yeah, it
Um,
it is. I think it's gonna be the less sexy of the 2 games,
oh
obviously.
yeah,
I think that's just the 49ers brand of football, which is, quite honestly, why I hope we have Rams versus whoever else from the other side, because I think that could be a fun Super Bowl.
oh
It's not
yeah.
gonna be like the last time we had the Rams in there, the Rams-Patriots clunker. That was a rough game.
That was just the Patriots playing
I
fantastic defense,
It
and I
was.
hated
Oh,
it.
100% was, and it led to them winning it.
Gross.
But I don't know. I guess it's the bias. I mean, I don't really want to see the Niners at the Super Bowl just because of they're going to try to slow the game down and it'll be a slower Super Bowl. I'm all for the action.
That's when you, not to hope for an injury, but hope for like a Jimmy Garoppolo leg cramp if they make the Super Bowl, like a leg cramp
I need to
in
bring Trey
warm-ups,
Lance
so
in.
Trey Lance has to come in and play a little bit more exciting football.
Oh, they are so exciting when Lance plays. I actually thought in Green Bay they were going to pull Jimmy G and put Lance in. It crossed my mind. It really did because he was bad in Green Bay.
It's it's so easy for Jimmy to play bad football, but then they keep winning with him. So it's like, why bother switching things out?
And you know what I think it is? I think that team has belief in him.
Yeah.
Like I saw again on Twitter. I keep referencing Twitter. I saw on Twitter Debo tweeted the other day like everyone wants to talk bad about Jimmy, but like look at his win percentage or something like that. And they're not wrong. When that guy's in the game, they win games. I don't get it. He's not dynamic or anything, but they win games when he plays. So um, I don't know. At the end of the day, I mean, I'm probably pulling for the Rams, I think. Again, just because I think that that's gonna make for a bigger Super Bowl, and not to mention, I'm kind of all for this resurgence of Odell Beckham. Um, I really, really enjoy seeing him succeed again. He's fun to watch. I don't hate him now that he's not on the Giants. On the Browns, he was just kinda useless, but, like, it's fun watching him play?
Yeah, there's no awful fan base hyping him up to be
At
God
Giants fans,
himself.
at Giants fans, at Giants fans.
Easy. But he's also not just the third receiver in a bad offense.
Right.
Um, it's exciting to watch him just have fun on the football field again.
Yeah.
But my love for this team stems from Stafford, and it now that he no longer has the first playoff win jitters, he's got that out of the way. He's
Right.
just like, let's just play some football and win. Um, And we know we have got our biggest Twitch fan here, Vinny G. Lou.
Awesome.
He's all in on the
Shout out
Odell
Vinny.
Stafford.
Shout out Vinny.
He's all in on the Stafford Odell connection as well. Can't blame him. That's incredible, but you can't talk about Stafford this year without talking about Cup. And that man is just electric.
And like, why? That's the question.
Oh.
Why? You know, I mean,
out of the blue.
All you can do is just it's kind of like witness, you know, like all you can do is just witness the greatness. And
Yeah.
and I hope this is continued success for him. Like I hope it's not just, you know, a flash in the pan 1 year and done, you know, like I hope he finds success. And I think as long as Stafford's under center, he will. I really
Oh
do.
yeah, Stafford's under center. They're getting breakfast with each other every morning again. That it'll never go away.
And the funny thing, you know what? Here's my running theory. I think that Jared Goff was too stupid to be Cooper Cup's quarterback because like when you hear that guy talk football, like he is just a genius. Like
he's Sean McVay on the field.
he is. He will be a coach one day, and I think Stafford gets him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh
Like
yeah.
Jared Goff was like, oh, you know, like
What are you talking about?
I don't know. Yeah, he's like, what does that mean? What's a slant? and I think Stafford just kind of gets him. I think they're on the same level. So
yeah, Stafford's just like, yeah, when you're out, like when you need to do your thing, and I'll just know, man. Just
exactly. And there's such a thing as like a chemistry, you know, like just
Oh.
knowing that where your guy is going to be and throwing the ball there and he's going to be there. And you saw that on the last play. You know, they trusted each other and it happened, you know.
Yeah, and speaking of chemistry, I mean, we saw it last week with Mahomes and Kelsey.
Absolutely.
That was the winning formula. Is just that chemistry. Was Kelsey just being like, "Trust me, dude," and
And dare I say it, and Jamar and Joe Burrow.
that's you can say it as much as you want. It's all true.
I listen. I don't know if I can ever love anyone as much as I love Jamar Chase. That is my guy right now. So I got to support him through and through. But yeah, no. When they got the ball back after the Titans tied it with about a minute, I mean, it was just like automatic. You know, he ran a comeback. He got to the yard line that they needed to for McPherson to kick that field goal, and like Burrow put it right on his shoulder. It was right where it needed to be. You know, it was just. And that's that chemistry. You know, you can't make that up. Mahomes, Kelsey, Burrow, and Chase, Stafford and Cup, and Jimmy and
Garoppolo and somebody.
Debo and Trent Williams. That's the that's the love affair there. They walk out to the Super Gremlin together and dance and that's bonded them. That's the chemistry. All right, let me get your take on the betting line here.
Oh yeah. Give me the under.
Yeah. Yeah, agreed.
A lovely defensive battle in old SoFi Stadium. And give me San Fran plus 3.5.
Yeah?
Because I picture it's going to be a field goal or it's going to be, I don't know, a San Fran win. And I'll take those.
What you're saying is making so much sense in my brain. Like I'm like, yes, I agree with that, but I don't know if I can willingly let San Francisco get that close in my mind, you know? Like so I'll go with you. I'll take San Fran plus 3.5. I think and I think the under is definitely safe. I'm picturing, I don't know, maybe at most like 24-21, which would put it right at 45. You know, and that would keep it under. I think 3 touchdowns is a lot for San Fran. So you know, I think that I don't know. I think if that ends up being the score, I would be surprised. So I think under is pretty safe on this one.
Yeah. And you have the 49ers who hate scoring.
Yeah. They're
more than 30 points.
Yeah.
And then the Rams defense that'll just
hopefully shut things down. Yeah.
All right. And then next slide, I'm throwing this in. It's our Super Bowl picks. So I'm going to name 2 things. The Super Bowl that you want to happen.
Okay.
And the Super Bowl that you think will happen.
I appreciate you for doing that.
Now, the other part of this is we've got special man making an appearance to voice his opinion on the Super Bowl. So our biggest fan, Vinny G. Lou, welcome to the stream.
Yes, sir. What's going on, fellas?
Welcome to the stream.
Man?
What's up?
Thanks for calling in.
Tonight?
Great. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm excited. Arceus comes out tonight. I'm on cloud 9.
Absolutely.
I'm excited for you.
Thank you, brother.
So let's hear it, Vinny. Your Super Bowl favorite, the Super Bowl that you want to see, and the Super Bowl that you think will happen.
Okay, so I'm probably going to get judged for this, the Steelers super fan. I would like to see Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals against the Rams. That's my ideal. For some odd reason, I have a gut feeling that we're going to get a rematch of 49ers Chiefs for some reason.
To me, I think that's the least favorable of all the possible matchups.
I agree with you 100%, but it just seems like the stars aligned for that. I don't know why, but
I think I want to see the Rams. No, I think I want to see. I'm with you, the Rams and the Bengals. I think in my heart it's going to end up being the Chiefs and the Rams. That's kind of where I'm at. I know I just took the spread for the 49ers, Kyle, but I'm going to say that the Rams win by the field goal. I don't know. Like I really would. I don't think it's crazy to think that the Bengals could make the Super Bowl. That's not like saying. It's not saying that I don't even know who was one of the 8 seeds or the 7 seeds that got in.
Steelers.
Yeah, right. Okay, like the Steelers. Sorry, Vince. That's like saying the Steelers or the Eagles were going to win the Super Bowl. It's not crazy like that. This offense is cooking. So,
oh my God,
I don't know.
I do worry if it is Rams Bengals. I worry for Joe Burrow though, because that line.
Aaron Donald might pick him up and like throw him out of SoFi Stadium.
Finish with 5 sacks alone.
Well, that's another storyline though. It could be a home game for the Rams.
Oh my God, that would be back-to-back years. That'd be crazy.
Back, yeah, crazy.
That would be insane for sure.
That would be magical.
It would be.
That just tells you it's not going to happen.
Yeah, bet on the Niners.
Yeah, huge Niners day.
Kyle, who do you think?
I hate to go the same route as you guys because I think, you know what? I'm gonna combine them. They're the same. Rams Chiefs is the game that I want to see and the game that I think is going to happen. And I want to see it solely for the rematch of the game 2 years ago, that 54-51 electric.
Yep.
Oh, and both teams are like playing at that same level. Their offenses are good. They don't know Jared Goff is no longer in the formula. And I just think it's going to happen, and I want it to happen because with those two teams, you just know it's going to be score after score after score.
Mm-hmm.
And probably the only game that may rival the Chiefs-Bills game.
Do you want me to make you feel really old? Do you know that game was actually 4 years ago?
When Todd Gurley was good?
November 19th, 2018. Yep, Todd Gurley. Actually, he didn't have that big of a game, only 55 yards. Who was here? All right. Here's my trivia question for you guys. Who was the leading receiver for the Rams in that game?
Oh, it was.
I don't even remember who was.
Josh Reynolds.
Good guess. He was second. He had 80 and a touchdown.
Was it Brandon Cooks?
Yes, it was. Good
That
guess.
was my other guess.
There it is. He went for 100 yards.
Nice.
Half of what Tyreek went for. Tyreek went for 215 in that game. That's wow.
At least this time it'll be Matt Stafford, not Jared Goff. So
that's true.
Exactly.
Goff went for 400 in that game, though. Like you can't argue with that.
Yeah, Stafford would go 600
because he knows what a slant is.
Yo, Isaac, I agree with that 100%. Though the guy is a goober.
Oh, was that Goff?
Yeah, Goff. Whatever.
Yeah, I agree. What did he screw up in Detroit this year? Wasn't there something that he messed up? Like, huh?
Everything.
Yeah. No, all right. You're right. We'll just leave it at that.
A win against Pittsburgh.
Yeah, and I remember that game. We were there. Yeah. I thought that there was one of
No,
I
he
thought there was a
wasn't even
game
playing.
winner that he blew. Maybe I don't know.
Let's
Maybe I'm
see
making
it.
that up.
Jared Goff blows it.
Yo, question for you guys: who
Hit
are
me.
you taking, Joe Burrow or Justin Herbert?
Oh,
Herbert.
who'd you say?
I went Herbert.
Give me Burrow.
I think I'm on the Burrow train as well.
I think his success is what makes me pick him. Like he
Mm-hmm.
knows how to win,
I
and we
always,
haven't. Go
yeah,
ahead, sorry, Vince.
no, I've always said I don't know what it is, but he has it.
Yeah,
Whatever he has, just something special. He's just a winner. He's just so poised, and like I feel like that's where like Justin Herbert has the most insane arm talent you could have.
yeah.
But he doesn't seem as poised as
Mhm.
Joe Burrow.
Who? Since I think Kyle and I both know what you're talking about with it. Who has it in the league?
Ooh. I mean, Tom Brady, obviously.
Of course, and I would say Mahomes does too.
Yeah, I would say Mahomes has it as well.
Here's the tough one: does Josh Allen?
After what I saw, I think that was always a debate with Josh Allen.
Yeah.
After the game against the Chiefs, I think it's without question that he does have it.
I think he has
so.
it. I think he just happened to face the one quarterback who had it more in that game.
Yep.
Like if it were any other team, that would have been game.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Kyle, I'm with you. I love Josh Allen.
Oh,
He's easily I'm buying
love that man.
Easily my favorite player that's not on the Steelers. The guy is awesome.
Here's the disgusting question. You guys might have to go take a shower. Does Garoppolo have it?
No, I don't think so.
No.
This could be his second Super Bowl.
So what?
Guy's insane.
I mean,
if you put Jimmy Garoppolo in any other team, he does not make them better.
I agree. I think he's just in literally the perfect system for him.
Okay.
If you put Ryan Tannehill in this position, he'd be probably winning more. And I think
agree. Like literally Jimmy G last week had 129 yards, 0 touchdowns, and an interception.
Yeah, I don't think he's had a touchdown pass since week 15.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
He's the guy that's not gonna lose you the game.
Yeah, that's true. Who else? What other quarterbacks are there?
Rodgers definitely does not have it.
Rodgers, I think Rodgers has the insane talent, but he's carried by that.
I think he had it, but I think he's lost it somewhere along the way.
Yeah, whenever he's always been a weird guy, so
yeah,
it's hard.
I think that one down year he had, I think that was kind of like his downturn. I want to say maybe it was 2018, 2019, somewhere in there. He was like, I don't know, he was like just a middle of the pack, bottom of the pack quarterback, and then the next year he bounced back for an MVP season.
Yeah, Rodgers is a strange guy.
He is.
It's a strange story.
Does Russell Wilson have it?
I think
he
did, but I don't know what happened to him.
If you put Russell Wilson on the 49ers,
oh my God, they would easily be the Super Bowl favorite, I think.
Would this be a different conversation? If you swap teams, Jimmy Garoppolo is on the bench.
You're taking Geno over?
No, I'm just saying. I think he would be on. I think that team would just be so bad that they would.
Yeah, for
be
sure.
Drafting somebody like they would just not.
I mean, Jimmy G is literally like an offense like that where it's 100% run game, play action style. Like he's perfect for that. I mean, you've put literally almost any quarterback in that system. They're probably a lot better.
Right. I can't wait for Trey Lance to just fall out in practice and get the chance.
Me too. I love Trey Lance.
But I also am glad that they're taking their time with him.
Mm-hmm. I was worried about that.
Who else has it, Zach?
I'm trying to think. I'm going through the league in my mind.
You know who has it? Justin Tucker. That's who has
it. That guy has it and
that
more.
Guy has it in his veins.
I watched that man hit 66 yards against the Lions, and that's when I was like, all right, you can't bet against this motherfucker.
You can't get mad at that either. I mean, he's the greatest player of all time, and he hits the longest field goal ever, and it's a game winner at that. Like,
That was incredible.
Yeah.
Who else? What other quarterbacks? I Here's a
That may be it.
controversial one. You guys can give me your opinion. I think when he plays, Desean Watson has it.
Oh my God, without a doubt he does.
What do you think, Kyle?
Obviously, we haven't seen him play in a year, but
Mhm.
even the last year that we did see him play, he led the league in passing yards. Yeah, he has it.
And remember the play in the playoffs against the Bills where he was like,
Oh,
he had like two guys on him. He got sandwiched, rolled out, and made
Yeah.
a play that won.
that man's a magician.
Yep.
I hope we get him back this year. I really do. Like,
Barring whatever he deserves.
right. I hope
But-
he didn't do anything too terrible, but like
Yeah.
he's incredible.
Yeah, he's an incredible talent for sure.
Who else?
That may be it. Everybody's leaving.
Yeah, that's all I could really think of.
I'm going through the divisions. I mean, I personally am a bigger supporter than most people. I really like Kirk Cousins. I don't think he's as bad as people think he is. I don't necessarily want to say he has it though.
Yeah, I mean, he's not bad. I think you put him on the 49ers, they're way better.
I think so too. How about Derek Carr?
No, I would say no.
He showed flashes, I think, in the playoff game.
He's definitely like, I think he's more of like a hard-working type guy, and stuff like when you work as hard as a guy like that, you can make up for what you lack.
Yeah,
Carr is someone I look at similar to Stafford, where if he goes to a team with the skill set around him that supports him and solely him, he would probably have just as good of a season and probably have it, and just needs that first playoff win to shake off those jitters.
Mhm.
But I mean, the Raiders truthfully don't have Renfro, I love that man, but I don't think they have the weapons to truly like elevate him and
I
win
think they're
games
like one
outside
receiver
of him.
away. Honestly, like if Renfro can be your 2, Waller can be your 1B. They just need like, I don't know. They just need that big playmaker. You know,
They need an Antonio Brown.
I was gonna say Chris Godwin.
Do you not remember that, Zach, with the whole helmet debacle?
Oh, of course I do. I try not to give Antonio Brown the time of day anymore.
Nope.
That man is a nutcase.
Yeah, he's lost it for sure.
Yeah.
Ugh.
He posted about Ben Roethlisberger. He said like it was like a nice post about him. I was surprised.
I think he oddly likes Ben Roethlisberger. Like I don't know what happened in the last couple years, but
I mean,
friends.
I think it's just obvious that it was like when it first happened, and when he was in Pittsburgh, everybody was like, "Oh, it's Ben, it's Ben." Like clearly, it was not Ben. It was sure Antonio Brown. Like,
yeah, 100%.
I mean, Ben and him. In my mind, Ben and Antonio Brown is probably one of the greatest wide receiver quarterback duos in history. I would say. I mean,
I would say right behind Stafford and Calvin and Stafford and Cup.
Yep.
Right in 3.
Yeah, it's top 5, I would say.
No, yeah, I agree.
When they were at their peak, they were unbelievable.
Oh, because they had, 3 or 4 consecutive seasons of AB just leading records?
Yeah,
leading
receptions and
yardage. Yep. Yeah,
incredible.
They were good. They were very good.
AB is a sad story for sure.
Back end of his career, it's. I mean, luckily it wasn't year 5 for him, and this is what happened.
Yeah,
we were blessed to see his peak. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
Because I think when he was at his peak, I think he was easily the best receiver in the league.
Oh yeah, him and Julio fighting for that spot too. That was incredible.
He was unbelievable, Hyde. And 0 Super Bowls out of that era.
That what was it? Maybe 2017, maybe 2016, and I don't remember off the top of my head. They played Dallas in that awesome regular season game. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the fake spike to 8.
Yeah, they were both maybe 13-3 or something like that. Maybe the Steelers were 12-4.
Yep, and I think the Cowboys won on like the last drive of the game. Like Zeke had like either a really long run or a screenplay or something.
Yeah. It's that was probably their best chance because they still had Le'Veon kicking at that point too.
Yep, disappointing.
And there was here's a name for you. I think Martavis Bryant was even still on the roster that year.
Yep, that's where he was hitting his stride. Wow. That's a sad story right there.
You're right.
Talent.
Who's another guy that you guys would say had so much talent but didn't pan out?
Ooh.
There's so many people.
Here's a name for you: Dorial Green Beckham.
Zach, I hate to say that's the exact name that came to my mind too. Now I didn't want to say because I was like I could probably think of someone better, but that is exactly who I thought of.
I mean, hey, if the shoe
A guy who haunts me is the Steelers drafted him a long time ago in the second round. I don't know if you guys know his name, Limas Swede. He was dude. We drafted him in the second round, and he was out of Texas. He was one of the top 3 receivers in the draft, and he was awful. Like I don't even remember him playing. That's how bad he was.
Sounds like any and all Eagles receivers that they draft.
Yeah, holy cow!
At least they got it right with Smith.
Yeah. They just need to throw to him.
I think.
Oh, don't get me started on.
Oh, it's gross.
I think he's probably a 2. Honestly, I don't know if he has the body and the size to be an NFL 1. You know, like I think he's probably a 2.
He'd be a perfect complementary piece.
And they'll get that 1 somewhere. I think. I don't think they're very far off from being a really, really good team. Honestly,
no, I agree. I don't think they are at all. Imagine if they had Justin Jefferson
or DK Metcalf.
Justin Jefferson and Smith. Oh my God!
I think the one year they also missed on no, was it CD? Was that who the other one was that they missed on? There was another receiver. Oh, it was Diggs. The one year they screwed up and Diggs went after. They took Arcega-Whiteside instead of Diggs.
Instead of Stephon Diggs?
Yeah. Yeah. They took Rager instead of Jefferson.
And
who was? Oh no. Arcega-Whiteside was instead of DK. And I think it was I just lost his name. Aguilar instead of Diggs.
Yep.
Oh my God, can you imagine?
No, I couldn't.
To be an Eagles fan. Oh man. I mean, it's a whole different episode. We won't get into it today, but I'm looking forward to the draft. I think a lot of fun things are going to happen.
Oh my God, yeah. Draft will be exciting this year.
I think so.
I'm officially on the Pickett train.
Yes, sir.
That's
Kenny Pickett. Kenny for Heisman.
Yep. I wouldn't mind us signing like a bridge quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Mark Mariota, some guy like that. Draft Pickett and then, work with that for the year.
Well, you know what I've actually been seeing? Sorry, Kyle, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I was going to say probably what you were going to say, so I'll let you go.
I was going to say I've seen Pickett falling actually in mock drafts. Like I've seen them getting him in the second round. I don't necessarily know that's.
I think we're going to have to trade up to get him, honestly.
11 is the spot right now because 11 is the football team, the Washington football team.
I just said Redskins. Oh my God.
All right, get him off the street.
I'm can't.
Get him out of here.
Get him out of
here. No, but I think that's a good time for us to wrap up, Kyle. What do you think?
I agree. I think we gave some fantastic Super Bowl options and our favorite picks. Vinny, real quick, what are your bets?
Definitely the under for this game for sure, and I like San Fran 3.5 for sure. I would also say definitely the over for this one, and I like Bengals +7. Honestly, I think that'll probably be a close game.
Vince, I think you wrapped it up perfectly because I think Zach and I agreed on all of those as
well. Oh, nice, awesome.
So beautiful. Pleasure. Thank you for joining us, Vinny.
Thank you for
always a pleasure having the number one fan.
Enjoy the games this weekend, guys.
You too,
fella.
Yeah.
All right, Kyle. Well, I mean,
that was beautiful.
I think we could wrap it up right there.
I think so too.
We have 2 exciting games this weekend. Unfortunately, they're both on Sunday. So
it's easier to cram into one couch session.
Yeah, it is. And that way you can do something productive Saturday so you can feel better about not doing anything on Sunday.
I probably won't, but option is there.
I won't either. Yeah, it is actually, it's my sister's birthday on Saturday. So I think we might go out and visit her. So
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, so that'll be my day. I won't miss any football, so that's a win-win.
Oh, that's always the best part.
Absolutely. All right, brother. Well, let's wrap it
All
up
right, dude.
here.
Yeah.
Just a quick shameless plug. Make sure you guys go on to Underdog Sports. We've been playing the Gauntlet. We've been playing the Mitten. We've been playing all kinds of great contests on there. And you guys can actually join by using the code First Seed. And Kyle, correct me if I'm wrong. They match your first deposit, correct?
Yes. First deposit match 100% up to $100. So basically, if you first deposit, if you deposit $100, you get free $100 to play with as well.
You can't beat that, right?
Join us in a few mocks, or actually a few drafts, win some
Absolutely.
money. We'll be posting our favorite picks on Instagram, our favorite pick'ems. I think we went 4 for 5 last week, and the
We've
week
been hot.
before we went 5 for 5. So easy money.
90% hit rate in the last 2 weeks.
Can't complain about
That's
that.
good stuff.
So yeah, code First Seed.
Absolutely. Oh, I'm backwards. There it is. It's over there. It's over there.
I'll bring you over.
There, yeah. Woo. All right, brother. Let's wrap it up.
All right, man.
Always a pleasure, and enjoy the football.
Absolutely. Can't wait.
All right. See you guys.
Go Rams.